Hello everybody, getting ready to head out for Mickey's Mountain right now. Got everything all packed up and ready to go. And before I did, I wanted to share one more of my stories with you about a man that became a great friend of mine. His name was Vance Wilson. He was point leader in Pattons' Third Army. First man in at many of the major battles during World War II was Vance Wilson. And he was quite a man, and he was an honorable man, honest as ever man ever was. He wouldn't lie to you. If it took everything he owned to keep his word, he'd keep his word with you. He was an honorable man. But we became very good friends, and he would call me 3 or 4 times a week. I used to help him on his drilling rig. He drilled water wells, and I'd go out and help him with it at times. And one of the comical things, his wife Vivian told him that he needed to be careful out there. He was up in his 80s drilling water wells on his own. And he said, Vivian, there's no need to worry. He said, I got a guardian angel watches over me. And she said, Mister, as careless as you are, that's too big a job for any one angel. We'd take a whole legion of them. And that was pretty well true. Vance, he was the most fearless man I ever seen in my life, too. He wasn't afraid of nothing. But one of the things I wanted to share with you was some advice Vance gave me one time. It was during one of the hardest times in my life. I had cut timber and a tree crushed me, and they life-flighted me out and had a bunch of broken bones. 10 months later, 0 bone growth. They wasn't healing, and doctors was talking about amputating my leg. And at the same time, on my 47th birthday, my ex-wife looked at me and she said, told me happy birthday, and she left and run off with a guy 70 years old. Life was just, everything was just imploding, going down. Just seemed like once that ball starts rolling, it don't want to stop. And Vance, he told me one day, he said, I want to give you some advice. He said, your life's like riding an unbridled horse. It'll take you places you never dreamed and you never wanted to go. And the only thing you can do is get in that saddle, hold to the horn, and don't let go. And the longer I live, the more I realize that really there isn't much in life that we do have control of. I joke around and tell people, I said, anymore, if I can just control my bladder, I'm doing good. But Vance was quite a man, and he wouldn't let nobody abuse him, but he wasn't an abuser of other men either. And funny story I tell you here real quick. He drilled the water wells, and he was drilling a replacement well up by Union School up north of here. He was up in his 80s, and he had the rig all set up. He pulled it in, raised the mast up, and got everything ready to drill, and he didn't start the well that day. And he went on home, and that evening the homeowner called him and was trying to tell Vance how to drill that water well. And that's one thing you didn't do with Vance. You didn't tell him how to do his job. Well, the next morning, Vance just went in, he laid the mast down, drove the rig home, he just left. And that man come home from work, and he noticed there wasn't any well, and he was all excited, and he called Vance up, and he said, Mr. Wilson, somebody has stolen your rig. And Vance, he told the guy on the phone, he said, I got news for you, you peckerwood, you. There are 16 water well drillers in the Newark phone directory. He said, and I suggest you let your fingers do the walking, bub. And he hung up the phone. Nobody told Vance how to do anything or where to go or what to do. He was a man of his own being, but he was a good man and a godly man, and I loved old Vance, and I really miss him. So you guys have a great day, and I'm going to be heading to Mickey's Mountain. Take care, and God bless.